Counselors. We're really excited to have you all here tonight on Senior Honors Night, and we're lucky to have with us Lakeland's top 10 seniors. And what's become a yearly tradition for us with our last Coffee Talk episode of the year, honoring the top 10 seniors. So this is a fun episode for us, and it's nice to hear from some of our top seniors and see where they're going and what they want to accomplish. So just to start off, my name is Sean Doherty. I'm one of the counselors along with Mrs. Alfano and Mrs. Burton. And what I'd like to start off by doing is having each of the top 10 seniors introduce themselves and let us know where you're planning on going after you guys graduate in a couple days and what you plan on studying. Who would like to start?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
My name is Ashley Schwartz. I'm attending the University of Michigan, and I plan on going into either business or law.
I'm Taylor Shotwell. I will be attending the University of Michigan, and I plan on going into international studies and business.
I'm Katie Kasparian. I'm going to the University of Chicago, and I plan on majoring in political science and international relations.
My name is Brooke Stewart. I'm going to the University of Michigan, and I'm planning on majoring in either engineering or actuarial science.
My name is Emily Hayburn. I'm going to Grand Valley State University, and I plan on majoring in English and biomedical sciences.
Hi, my name is Kyle Story. I'm going to the City Colleges of Chicago, and I plan on majoring in anthropology.
My name is Nick Scheibel. I'm going to the University of Michigan, and I'm planning on majoring in computer science.
My name is Austin Dudas. I'll be attending the University of Michigan, and I'll be majoring in computer science, ideally.
My name is Brendan Charnecki, and I'll be going to the Michigan State University and majoring in computer hardware engineering.
My name is Emily Scoopin. I'm also going to Michigan State University, but I'm undecided on what I'm majoring in.
All right, thank you. I do have some comments. I'd like to, 5 of the top 10 are going to U of M. So, go blue. So what I'd like to start off by doing is we're each going to ask you a question or two about either some experiences you've had or maybe some advice you have for some other students. So I'd like to start with Taylor and ask you, over the past 13 years in school, is there anyone that's had a lasting impression on you or has helped you to get to where you are today?
I have two teachers. The first one was my second grade teacher, Mrs. Mahler, and it's more for a personal reason, but she pushed me at a young age to be more advanced in my studies, and I'm really thankful for her because she's basically who I look up to now. And this year I had Mr. Pouliot for current global issues and international relations, and his classes helped me realize that I wanted to go into international studies.
Thank you. I thought it was really interesting when you said that your second grade teacher was one of the most impressionable people in your lifetime. I mean, I think back when I was in second grade and I could barely remember him. So it's great that you had someone that was that memorable that early. Does she know how well you've been, how successful you've been?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. My next question is for Brooke, and I'd like to ask you, what advice would you have for other students to help them succeed at Lakeland? So maybe for an incoming freshman, what sort of advice would you have?
I would say for an incoming freshman, just to remember not to slack off your freshman year. Don't make things harder on yourself because it will get harder as you get older, so you'll want to have those good grades freshman year to lift your GPA. And just remember that high school is not just about school. There's a lot of other things, so make sure to keep your balance between your school life, your sports, and all your other activities, because when it comes time for applying to colleges, you'll want to have all those things.
So that's some great advice. You mentioned not slacking off in your freshman year. Is there any reason why that's meaningful to you? Did you have any trouble in your freshman year getting adjusted to high school?
No, not particularly, but I've had some friends who had a harder time freshman year and said that it's really affected them the last 3 years trying to get their GPA up, so they wish they had tried a little harder.
Yeah. And then I have a question for Emily Scoopin. And I'd like to ask you if there's been anyone who's made a lasting impression on you throughout your years.
I've actually had 4 teachers who have made a really strong impression on me, Mr. Poliat, Mr. Perry, Mr. Orlando, and my 5th grade teacher, Mr. McAuliffe. What really impacted me about them was that they actually took the time to get to know each student and really care about them and what they were doing, and then keep in touch after you had them in class. So, I don't know, they just really seemed to actually care, and that really left an mark on me.
So it sounds like not just how effective they were as a teacher in the classroom, but the fact that they reached out to you and made those personal relationships. That would be
Yeah, connecting on a personal level really helped me succeed in class, I think, too, because it made me feel part of the class and just welcome in the school.
I'm going to ask some questions now, and I'm going to start with Kyle. Kyle Story, what advice do you have for other students to succeed at Lakeland?
Well, my advice for students to succeed at Lakeland is to, when they're building their schedule, to really think about how they want that the spectrum of classes they have to kind of fit into their vision of what they want to do in the future. I know all 4 years what my vision of the future is changed, but each time when selecting classes, I kind of thought about just how can I make the experiences that I'm getting here in school the most valuable to me.
Thank you. So what you're saying is start with an end in mind?
Yeah, like thinking towards the future, how I can use it towards what I might research in college and what I might value later on in life, but also at the time being, I guess, what I was really passionate about.
My next question is for Austin Dudas. Is that mic down there? Okay. Austin. Did you ever struggle with anything at Lakeland? And if so, how did you overcome it?
One thing I struggled with at Lakeland was my AP US History class, which it had a humongous workload, which was pretty stressful. But I overcame it by kind of working together with the people in that class, and we all kind of shared the stress. And when we all kind of worked together, we were able to overcome it, and it was just such a relief in the end. So, yeah, I'd say it's good to kind of get a group of people that are motivated as well and just work with them to accomplish your goals.
Okay. And actually, I have a cheat sheet here I get to read for the questions. And one of the things that you had also talked about in advice is keeping motivated. And it sounds like one of the ways you did that was working with another team of people who are also motivated. So you set yourself up with people with similar kinds of goals and then help one another to keep going.
Absolutely. And staying motivated is so important because, like, even though you might not see it in the beginning, all that hard work does pay off in the end.
Where's that microphone? Ashley. Now, you've heard talk from other students about things they might have struggled with, but what did you struggle with at Lakeland, and how did you overcome it?
One thing I struggled with was junior year was actually my first year at Lakeland. So that transition between schools was kind of difficult for me, but one thing that helped me a lot and that I really encourage other people to do too is I asked for help a lot. And I think that just asking for help and finding your place just really helps you get through whatever problems you're going through.
Okay. So again, kind of a team approach though. You go and find the resources and use them and keep pushing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. Let's see. I have one more student, Brendan Zarnecki. Brendan, in the past 13 years of schooling, is there anyone who has made a lasting impression on you and why?
Although I've had a lot of teachers that have been influential throughout the last 13 years, the most influential people for me were honestly my parents. And that's because although like all of my teachers were able to push me and everything, my parents have always like stood by me and everything that I've decided. And although like they've never been really controlling or really strict with me, just seeing them every time that I like accomplish something, every time I've seen them be really proud of me and everything, it just pushed me to do even more. So they've been my biggest influence.
I don't think I can add anything to that.
Thank you.
I do. How about if I start with Ms.
your struggles at Lakeland and how you overcame them?
Okay, so I had two major struggles at Lakeland. The first one came last year. It was my AP Calculus class. It was actually kind of the first time that I had major difficulty in a class and just didn't understand what was going on half the time. But I did eventually overcome it because I passed the class. So, that's something. I think really what I did was I drank a lot of caffeine and I studied really hard. So that helped.
So we have the same strategy.
Yeah. Works.
I will share that wisdom with future students.
And then I think the other struggle that I really had and still have is procrastination. And really the only way I overcome it is pretty much the night before something is due. I go, oh yeah, this has to be done by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it's now 10 p.m. I better do that. So, yeah. We won't talk about last night.
Right to the bitter end, huh? But
Yeah.
I think it's great to hear that somebody in the top 10 can share that procrastination was an issue for you, because I think other students might see that, that everything came so easily for someone like you, but to know that a lot of students have that exact same struggle with procrastination. So thanks for sharing. How about Ms. Katie Kasperian? Katie, can you share some advice for other students to help them be successful at Lakeland?
I have like 3 major pieces of advice, and the first one would be really make Lakeland the place you want it to be, because you should get involved in Lakeland, especially when you're a freshman, because I know I wasn't super involved as a freshman. I wish I was, because Lakeland has a lot of really cool opportunities, and if you go out and get them, it'll make it a better experience for you and for the high school. And the second is to get a really good group of friends, because Lakeland is a pretty big school with a lot of different people, and friends are always going to be there to support you. And I know they made it through high school. Like, if I didn't have my friends, I wouldn't have gotten through high school, because it would have just been so boring without them. And the third would definitely be, don't just focus on high school, because high school is an experience. It's a lot more than just learning and homework. It's about going to the football game on Friday and going and hanging out with your friends, or going to that after-school club. It's way more than what it's made out to be.
I think that's great advice. The 4 years of high school can feel really long if you don't have a connection to the high school in some way, either through your friends, through the band, through athletics. There's so many great clubs and activities. Just get involved somewhere and make the 4 years really great for you.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for sharing. Nick Scheibel, I know I tipped you off that I was going to talk to you, but Austin stole our conversation, so I'm going to switch gears on you, okay?
Okay.
Because he talked about AP US history, and that's what we had talked about, and I know probably most of you took that class, and it was a big struggle. So let's switch up, and I'd like you to share, in the past 13 years, please tell us someone who made a lasting impression on you.
I'd say the person that influenced me the most throughout my career was my 8th grade English teacher, Mr. Malecki, at White Lake Middle School. I actually just saw him today. We still have that bond together. But he really just kind of taught me stay on the right path, and that I don't have to try to impress everyone. I can sort of just be myself and let people sort of come to me, and I can build my own friend group without trying to reach out to everyone.
I think that's great advice. I'll have to tip Mr. Malecki off to watch this Coffee Talk episode, because it sounds like you still have that connection with them, but I think sometimes teachers don't hear or realize the impact they have on students. So I think that'll be great for him to watch that and hear that from you. So thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to put it out to the whole group if I can. If anyone would like to share their most memorable moment at Lakeland or their proudest moment at Lakeland, I would like Brendan to start, because I really like achievement. So everyone is welcome to answer that question. But Brendan, if you could start us off with that one.
Okay, so my most memorable moment wasn't like a big accomplishment or anything for to everyone else, but I was in our prom fashion show, and that's something I don't usually do. I had to get up in front of a big group of people and dance and perform, and it was kind of a really big thing for me. So it was something that pushed me out of my comfort zone, and so that's why it's really memorable for me, because I feel like you kind of have to do that every once in a while. So, yeah.
So my most memorable moment while I was in high school was my sophomore year when I was at the Sunshine Invitational for track and field. I ran the open mile, which is what they put a lot of their second tier kids in to run, and I finished it in first place, which was a really big deal for me because a lot of my friends on the cross country and track teams are actually like the fastest kids in the state, and they're hard to compete with, and they get a lot of light shown on them, and I'm just kind of hiding in the shadows. So to win that event was a lot of fun, and it was just really important to me, and I remember it very well.
Ladies, don't be shy.
So my most memorable moment at Lakeland was when I was elected the president of our National Honor Society here. Actually, the way I kind of got roped into it was I was sitting in the middle of a row, and there were people on either side of me, and I couldn't get up to sign up to run for an office, so I yelled to my friend, "Hey, sign me up for something." And she came back, she's like, "You're running for president, just so you know." And I was like, oh crap, so I actually have to write a speech. I'm not a speech giver. I hate it. It's the worst. But I gave the speech, and people laughed at my jokes. Actually, I think I'm more proud of that. But then when I got done, I just felt really good about it. And I'm like, okay, I did something that I never thought I would do in my life. And then at the end of the day, I got this text on my phone that was like, "Congratulations to all the officers." And I looked down, and my name is on this text. And I'm walking out of school, and I'm having people come up to me like, "Hey, congratulations." And I'm like, this was not what I expected. But it's turned into really one of the greatest experiences of my life, just being around such awesome people and being such a part of just the school and this community. So that's definitely something I'm proud of.
I think we have time for one more. Is anybody dying to share their memorable moment or proudest moment? Taylor, go for it.
So junior year, a group of us went with Mr. Rolando and Miss Rubin to Disney World for a leadership seminar, and we were there for a couple days, and we got to go in the parks and go behind the scenes. And the people who work for Disney are really inspirational. Their major goal is just to make sure everyone is happy, and they're very good people to look up to. For me, going into business, I think Disney's a good business to look at because they just truly care about what they're doing, and they're really passionate, and it made me look at my life and see different ways that I could be a better leader.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing. Well, so in closing, on behalf of the counselors at Lakeland High School, and actually we are one short tonight, Mrs. Rushton couldn't be here, although I know 6 of you are from her alphabet, and she very much wanted to be here. But she is in New York City celebrating the accomplishments of one of her children. Her son is a U of M grad and has kind of a big deal, something going on in New York this weekend. So that's where she is, but she sends her love and congratulations. So from all of us, congratulations on this outstanding accomplishment. Thank you to the families, the parents, for all the guidance and support that you've given these 10 young people. They know they're sitting up here because of you, that you were a big part of that. So try to sit back tonight and enjoy this moment of Senior Honors Night. And congratulations, our top 10 of 2015.
Thank you.